Sunday. I asked isn't that great that we can pull off I love you just the way you are? How many people going to church this morning going to hear that? Am I right? So today is a very special, this Sunday is a very special Sunday. I've asked the musicians to stay up because it's New Member Sunday. Oh. So a couple of times a year we have a new member class, and we have the honor and the privilege of introducing our new members to you this morning. And I'm going to bring them up front, not just yet. So if you're sitting there very nervous, don't worry about it. You got plenty of time to get even more nervous. But I want you to hear, for those of you who are new to our community or who have not joined our community, I want you to hear the agreement that each of these individuals agree to, and the membership agreement that they sign. And so this says, I, Sonny Cantrell Smith, do freely choose membership to Ahava Center for Spiritual Living. As a member of Ahava, I am making a personal commitment to experience and express the grandest divine idea of myself and others, to participate in Ahava's activities with a high level of ownership, to spend time in prayer and visioning and meditation for the highest good of this community, to practice the universal principles taught by Ahava Center for Spiritual Living, and by applying them in my life to the very best of my ability, to turn first to prayer and meditation, secondly to a practitioner or other spiritual support person, and thirdly to speak with clarity and honesty only to the people involved for the resolution of any issues or challenges I might experience in my community. To be a regular monthly volunteer for a minimum of 6 months. To support Ahava with time, treasure, and talent in a consistent, committed, and identifiable way. It's a strong commitment, isn't it? So I'm going to invite Reverend Rainbow up here to read the names, and as she reads the names, I know, I think a couple people might be in the youth program right now. But I'm going to invite you to come over here and stand here so that everybody can acknowledge you.
All right. And we'll let them all come forward, and then we'll clap, and then we'll have a little moment. So we don't have to clap name by name. But we know we love you. All right. So Mary Carpenter, Heather Marsh-Prelsnick, Amina Mead Ilbrahim. At least I got Marsh-Prelsnick right, because I'm married to that one. Leanna Rabuski, Angela Russell, Luciana Shaddix, Colleen Steele, Louise Weldon, Kelly Wesley. Did I leave anyone off that was in the class? Okay.
And I would like to also invite anyone who has recently become a new member who has not had the opportunity to come up and be recognized to come up right now, if you so desire. So we're going to sing a song together called You Are the Face of God.
You don't have to sing, you just receive. They're like, what am I singing?
I wasn't going to say that.
No. She likes to scare them.
Reverend Rainbow and I are going to go down the line here and just thank you all personally. Taking ownership of a community is a big deal to me. And so I want to honor that. And here's how the song goes. You are the face of God. You want to say the words, Joe? You can't without crying. You are a part of me. You are my family. You are the face of God. You'll catch on very quickly. So it goes like this. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. The face of God. The face of God. You are the face of God. Hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. 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 I hold you in my heart. I hold you in my heart. You are my family. You are my family. You are the face of God. 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 I hold you in my heart. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. The face of God. You are the face of God. The face of God. I hold you in my heart. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. The face of God. I invite you to sing, I am the face of God. I am the face of God. The face of God. I hold you in my heart.
Hold you in my heart.
You are my family. You are my family. I am the face of God. Turn to your neighbor and sing, you are the face of God. The face of God. I hold you in my heart. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. A part of me. A part of me. You are the face of God. One more time. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. A part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. One more time. You are the face of God. Give them some love. You can all sit down now. Yes. Twice a year. Oh, yay, I kept from crying. So let's all take that nice deep breath together one more time. I invite you to just touch that indwelling part of you that has connected to the music and is connected to the new members and connected to that beautiful song, You Are the Face of God, for indeed we all are the face of God. Drop into that arena where we know that we are not an apology. Think about that for a moment. As you step into that spiritual center of your beingness, knowing that something that you have come here today because something living as you in this moment would like to live life fully, is begging to live life fully, something living in each one of us here this morning that desires to know love, that desires to be loved, that desires to attract love in all of its beautiful and amazing forms, to awaken to the recognition of the magnificence that is living itself as each and every person here this morning. That authentic self which is love. The authentic self can only be love. The authentic self is not fear. The authentic self is not lack or limitation. The authentic self is love. And so as we breathe in this morning, knowing that the breath that we are taking is simply the universe breathing itself as each and every person here, taking in that breath and releasing it out into the world, we are coming to the realization of the totality of spirit living right here in this community. Knowing that right where you are, the totality, the fullness of God exists as you. God does not know separation. God does not know, oh, I'm going to love you a little bit today, but not so much tomorrow. God doesn't know that. God knows its name, and you are its name. This is how you express the world. This is how God expresses and experiences the world as you. So God knows your name. You know, here's the thing. It's not about asking what God can do for you. It's about asking what you can do for God. Because you are the living expression of the one life. And so we come here not to contemplate our lack, but we come here to contemplate the fullness of life, the fullness of God as you, as spirit as you, or whatever you want to call it, because remember, as I say every Sunday, God is just a word. You're the one who puts the meaning into it. So I invite you to put that meaning into that spiritual essence that you are right now. All spiritual growth, you see, is getting rid of the worn out old thoughts about not enoughness and letting go of I'm not worthy and all that stuff, and really just surrendering to the idea that what if God is living itself as me right now? What if that is happening? What experience is God having? Oh, that's such a great question. Oh my goodness, what is God experiencing right now in my life? I know what's happening in mine, you know. So this morning I invite you to let go and really take in, even if it's just for a few moments, the idea that you are indeed that divine expression. I invite you to let go of your history and begin to download the great mystery called by many names, whether it's Jesus or Buddha or divine love or Shakti or Moses or Krishna or Muhammad, whatever it may be for you. Download it now, because I know it's coming to me, and so I'm going to spread it out to you all. And you may be listening or you may not. You may be in another world right now, but I want you to know that we are all connected in, through, and as that world. Right? You're not here to be at the mercy of those old ideas. Thank goodness. Old thoughts of punishment and sin. Do y'all remember those? The old thoughts of punishment and sin. You're not here to have to beg for forgiveness or bargain with God. You are simply here to not reject yourself. You are here to accept yourself in the fullness of the one life, of the one source. You are here. You came here this morning to be who you are. To be who you came here to be. Right? Right? I want you to say with me, I'm going to be who I came here to be.
I'm going to be who I came here
Yeah,
to be.
claim it, claim it, claim it. Absolutely. Break free from what others think of you. Break free, break free. Think about it. We are not living our lives according to other people's ideas of who we are. We are living our lives to be that fullness of spirit. You know, this month we're talking about the colors of love. And last week, Reverend Rainbow began our theme by talking about love, for the love of all, giving us all the opportunity to give and receive from a place of love. And she quoted Dr. Ernest Holmes that love is the self-givingness of spirit through the desire of life to express itself in terms of its creation. Of its creation. And the only thing that gets in the way of love is fear. And this week our topic is about the body and the idea that the body is not an apology. You ready for this? Mm-hmm. You think you are. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So here's the thing. Here's the thing. For the most part, modern media presents the body as it presents many aspects of life, as something flawed and in need of fixing. We in Science of Mind believe that each of us are perfect, complete, and whole exactly the way we are. One of the reasons I asked Justin to do that song. We believe that we are perfect, complete, and whole exactly the way we are. The body is not something to be apologized for or excused, but rather something celebrated for its beauty, its power, and ability to house the infinite in this plane so that we may experience it, and so that God may experience our lives. Without our bodies, we would not be here to have this experience. Gently supporting and listening to the body can not only be a vehicle for our souls to navigate the world, but also for our continued spiritual evolution. The body's pretty important. If we look at unpacking the word apology, because I said the body is not an apology, we discover that an apology is more than saying, I'm sorry. An apologetic way of life includes behaviors or beliefs that one is not entitled to their own joy, that one is not entitled to their own power, and that they must take steps to atone somehow for existing the way that they do. Now, I think this is a pretty timely subject given all the comments I have been reading in the media about the Super Bowl halftime show performed by Jennifer Lopez and Shakira. All right, anybody see that show? Okay. Comments ranging from a porno show to be proud of your bodies. All right? I was reading where one guy from Ohio wants to sue the NFL because he tuned in to see football, but got what he perceived as porno, and now he's been exposed to the devil and in danger of eternal hellfire. All right? All right? He's in danger. Danger. Danger, Will Rogers. I'm dating myself. Let's face it. We all have our opinions about our bodies, right? And we all have our opinions about other people's bodies. Don't say you don't. You know you do, right? And we judge people's bodies. We not only judge our bodies, but we judge other people and their bodies. We make up, right? We make up ideas and we claim those ideas for somebody else when we don't even know. We don't. So what does all of this have to do with spirituality? Let me break it down. You know I gotta break it down. The body has four components, which are, the body image, has four components, which are how you see your body, the way you feel about your body, the way you think about your body, and the behaviors in which you engage as a result of your body image and how you see it. Yes? And why the body? Sonia Renee Taylor, the author of The Body is Not an Apology, The Power of Radical Self-Love, writes this: humans are a varied and divergent bunch with all manner of beliefs, morals, values, and ideas. We have struggled to find agreement on much of anything over the centuries. Just think about how long we argued about gravity and whether the world is shaped like a pizza. But here is the complete, non-controversial statement I think we have consensus around. You, my dear, have a body. And should you desire to remain on this spinning rock hurtling through space, you will need a body to do it. Yes? She goes on to write, everything else we think we know is up for debate. Are we spiritual beings? Depends on who you ask. Do humans have souls? Been fighting about that since Aristotle likened the souls of fetuses to those of vegetables. But bodies, yes. Yep, we got those. And given this widely agreed upon reality, it seems to me if ever there were a place where the practice of radical love could be a transformative force, the body ought to be that location. Remember, we're talking about love this month. The colors of love. So when we speak spiritually of the body, what we can comprehend is that the body, as all of physical reality, is the manifestation of the divine in a form with which we can interact. Your body is the vehicle that spirit is driving around. Right? Your body is the vehicle that spirit is driving around, housing your soul so it may engage and interact with everything around you. The body, then, should be respected and celebrated for the perfect way it houses you. And the truth is, our culture encourages a constant battle against our bodies. Our culture encourages a constant battle against our bodies. Diet culture. Working ourselves to the point of exhaustion. Missing sleep. More and more and more commitments. Botox, facelifts, plastic surgery starting at 18. Liposuction, hair dye, images of underweight, airbrushed female bodies. Is this really what your body wants? As humans, we tend to think that our body and spirit are two radically distinct things, and that the body can sometimes get in the way of our intellectual, personal, and spiritual developments. And this leads us to assume that the body needs to be controlled or tamed. Now, this is a dilemma, and it is a dilemma for women especially, because historically women have been associated with the body. And what I mean by this is women are seen as more carnal, more sexual, more physical, while men have been characterized as closer to God, to spirit, to the mind. After all, look at the guys are all. That's all right, your time is coming. After all, God is a man, right? In some religions, think about this. In some religions, women cannot serve because they are not godly enough. I'm talking about culture now, right? That's why I ask you, are you ready? Many religions have contributed to and reinforced this perception. These two messages, that women are more carnal and identified with the body, and that their body needs to be controlled, encourages women to be at war with their bodies. How many women here have not been at war with your body at some time in your life? Exactly. In addition to popular culture, it presents, now think about this, in addition, popular culture presents endless images of what the perfect woman looks like, sending the message that a woman's most important job is to be attractive. And even this attractiveness must be controlled. If you are a 50-year-old woman who puts on sequins and glitter and dances in a sexy manner, by some standards, you are over the line. I often think about it, and I even saw it on, I can't even remember what it was on, but it was some kind of message, okay, people, if you were dissatisfied with the halftime show, try this one on, and it was the same dancing put to country music. YouTube it, it's interesting. However, I want you to think about something. And by the way, next week I'm talking about sex, so be sure you show up for that one. This is just, as Reverend Rainbow said, this is just a warm-up talk. As I said, gentlemen, your time is coming. So here's what I want you to think about. The more we are obsessed or focused on how our body looks to others in an external way, the less likely we are to be working on developing our inner life. What are your internal values? How is your life rooted in your values? If anyone is pouring their energies into an external preoccupation with fixing your appearance, you are shortchanging the more fundamental part of yourself, the internal process of growth and discovery and self-definition and authenticity. I don't want you to misunderstand me. I'm not talking about ignoring the benefits of exercise and cultivating healthy eating habits. Eating properly with exercise and meditation are some of the ways that we can really get in tune with the body and the mind and the soul connection, which is really what we're talking about spiritually, having that connection with ourselves. The mind-body-soul connection is more than just a concept or a way to get what you want. It is who you are as a wondrous, amazing, enlightened whole being. And when you see yourself, or you even begin to see yourself as a whole being instead of something separate, the need to support and care for your whole self becomes as obvious and as natural as the need to feed and clothe and wash your body. When you love and care for mind, body, and spirit, the whole self will benefit. Here's what I want you to remember. The key is that the body is an intelligent, divine creation. Listen to it. Listen to it. And love it. Yes? Just the way you love your mind and your heart and you love another human being. Love your body. Your body is not an apology. So this week, I'm going to invite all of us to practice listening to the body. Be still. Sit with it. Ask it what it has to tell you, what it wants to share. Befriend it, because by befriending it, you are allowing it to have a say in your choices and in the activities of your life. Rather than living a life of hoping you're okay and making up for yourself, right? On the outside, own what you do, who you are, and respect and love yourself the way that you show up in the world. Only as you can. Only as you can. Before each decision this week, and any time that you're stuck in a feeling, or even stuck in a decision, close your eyes and ask your body what it wants and what it's been trying to tell you for so long. Give it the opportunity to be heard, and in the process, love it. Love it, love it. Love your body. Yes? Let's all do that. Love your body. Oh, man. Let's go into prayer. Dropping into that place, that space, dropping into that truth, the knowingness that we are all connected in, through, and as that mind, body, spirit, soul connection. And we are all connected through this one source that is the source of all creating out of itself every minute, every second of every day. The newness of life recreating itself. Changeless yet ever changing, having its way. This power and this presence that I know as love, that I know as joy, abundance, as I know as all these things, I know it as God, as the activity of our human self. I know it too as that power that creates and creates and continues to create. The self-givingness of love, the self-givingness of life unto life unto life. And it is from this place of knowingness, from this place of truth, that I simply lie down upon the altar of fullness, of truth, of knowingness, and speak this word for this community, knowing that we are all in it together. And when I say in it, I mean God, in it together, as that universal isness. I know that this power and this presence is absolutely right where each and every person may be. Those who are with us this morning and those who could not make it this morning, those online, and those who are transmitting the energy of love over and over again throughout, the energy of acceptance, and even those who are not, God is right where they are, because there is no separation. And so I know as I speak this word for this community that someone may be in need of prayer today, so hold them in your heart. Let go of any judgments in this moment that you may have, and simply send love. As you send love, so you become love. And so I know right here and right now that the power and the presence is operating in this divine order. Everything unfolding beautifully and magnificently in this community. An Ahava, the word for love. I know that regardless of anything that may be going on in anyone's life, whether it's trepidation or the feeling of lack or limitation or no peace, that there is no chaos in God. There's no lack or limitation in God. And so therefore, peace is calling you out. Love is calling you out. Abundance is calling you out right now. And I accept that for you. I stand in the gap, knowing that even though it may not be on your radar right now, it is definitely on mine. And so I accept this for each and every person and this community. And it is through that acceptance, through that love, that I I give thanks. I give thanks for this community. I give thanks for the power and the presence of the one as I release my prayer into that perfect universal law, knowing that the law always says yes. It always says yes. It always says yes. I stand in the power of yes, the place of grace, by saying Shalom, Hamdalela, Ashe, Namaste. This prayer is done. I leave it knowing it is so, and so it is. Amen, amen, amen.